Hey everyone, in my last video I talked about when my mom came to the United States and why she came to the United States and how I got in trouble in the elementary years of my life. Today what I'm going to be talking about is when I moved on to junior high. In junior high, what happened is that I wanted to create a name for myself, but didn't know how to do it. And I knew that doing the things that I did in elementary, people were going to start looking at me as a little kid. So I had to do things a little bit different. I just didn't know how. And I started hanging around with the people that I thought were cool in junior high. Now, in elementary, like I said, I used to like to fight and push people around. Now, in junior high was a little bit different because the kids were a little bit bigger than me. So I had to be careful who I pushed around. And so, and acting out and being loud wasn't cool. So I tried to mimic the things that the junior high kids were doing. And so one of the things that they started to do was smoking weed. So I saw that they were smoking weed, but I had not ever smoked any weed, so I didn't know how to smoke it, where to get it, or anything like that. But I hanged around in the neighborhoods, and there was some kids that were doing that. And I remember when I smoked my first joint, I didn't even get high. I guess I wasn't doing it right. But at the end of the day, I said, I got to try to do it again. Now, I kept trying to find ways to do it again. And the second time I did it, I did get high this time. And it was all right. But I was looking to be part of. I wanted to be part of. And there was a gang around our neighborhood. There was a couple of little sets around our neighborhood. And I wanted to be part of those sets.
They've all tried to branch out into different endeavors.
And so I wanted to be part of those neighborhoods or little sets and gangs or whatever you wanted. People just hoodlums running around the neighborhood, right? And there was a way to do it in the way that you dressed. And one of the things as I was growing up, my mom wouldn't let me dress up like a gangster. I couldn't wear khakis. I couldn't wear Dickies. I couldn't wear baggy clothes. And so I remember I got into this one gang, and when I got into that one gang, I was trying to be cool, but I just didn't look the part. And so I ended up getting jumped out. I couldn't stay out late. And so they ended up jumping me out of that gang. So moving forward, in high school, in junior high, I continued to just look around and there was these guys around the neighborhood that I used to hang out with, and they looked just like me. You know what I mean? They were Puerto Rican, and so I would say that they were my cousins because I didn't have any family. And these guys were well respected. And since they were well respected, I wanted to be part of that. If you mess with me, I'm going to go get my cousin, And people be like, oh, I'm not going to mess with you. I'm not going to mess with you. So that's what I gravitated to them. And I learned a lot of things of how to sell drugs and how to smoke weed and how to do all kinds of little stuff. And in junior high, I started playing football, right? Now, I was playing football, street football, right? And a lot of these street neighborhood football teams, what they used to do is they used to form like a little football team in their neighborhood, and then we would play each other. And I tried to form a little football team, but it wasn't good, and we always got beat. And so I ended up graduating from junior high, And when I got to junior high, when I got to high school, these football teams that I was doing and hanging out in junior high were well more formulated in high school, and it was kind of like almost a gang, half and half, a gang and not a gang. And so what I said to myself, I got to see how I could play football, you know what I mean? I could be part of this, right? And so I said to myself, I can't dress like a gangster. I'll borrow their clothes to portray the part, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to stop right here on this story, because on my next story, what I want to talk about is my high school years and the things that I did in my high school years. Mind you, when I was in junior high, I was already smoking weed. I was smoking weed and I thought I was cool and stuff like that. But I want to talk to you guys in my next video, the things that I did when I got to high school and how my life started to change and how the gateways start to open. So I'll start talking about that in my next video. So stay tuned, because it starts to get better. Bye!